So Buddy made another app. I gotta delete, right? Hot garbage to delete is the name of the app. So let's go down here. Let's click the ellipses and let's say delete. And let's say delete app. Wait a minute. That says real important app. Oh, what do I do? Has this happened to you? It literally happened to me last Tuesday. And I was like, uh-oh, how do we fix this? So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all the ways you can't fix that problem. But there is a really easy way to fix it. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So if that sounds like fun, then let's switch over to my desktop and take a look. Okay, so since we deleted the app, like let's go over here. Right, you can see this was the app. Obviously, if we hit refresh, it's going to freak out. Right? Sorry, we didn't find the app. Like it started to load and then didn't. That's kind of, the caching. It's fine, right? But it's gone. App went bye-bye. So now it's like, all right, how do I get it back? Like, you kind of have that pit in the stomach, like, ugh. So the first thought I had, like I said, this happened to me on Tuesday. The first thought I had is I went over to the Power Platform Admin Center. I have full access over here. I'm a Power Platform administrator or whatever. And so I went clicking around. Like you can see right now, there's the app, really important app. And so like if we refresh, it's not going to show up here though. See, it's gone, right? And the reason it's gone is because we deleted it. So I went through all the things in here in the Power Platform Admin Center. There's nowhere to list deleted apps. Kind of made me angry. Now, if you come clicking around though, like if you go to environments and then you go and look up here, like recently deleted environments, this is not recently deleted apps, this would be recently deleted environments. So that'd be how you restore an entire environment. It had been deleted. Also, if you go down here, one of the options sometimes people come up with is like, all right, let me go to the environment. Right, this is the one that we deleted it from. And so here you could go and do a restore, right? So if we went to restore, and then you would restore the entire environment. That's a lot, it's a long time, big stuff, right? And then you could go find the app, export it like that. That is a method that I've seen people explore before. Not super easy, not convenient. And when I deleted this, I did not have time for all that. So that didn't work, okay? So if there's nothing here, boo, then the next place I went and looked, I'm like, all right, well, over in Flow, there are the actions Power Apps for admins. And so this lets you do some admin-y stuff. And so I went and read through all of these. And unfortunately, while there is remove app as admin, I can delete. There is, best I can tell, none of those say recover or restore from, restore an app. So there's no Flow way to do it. I didn't expect there to be, but once again, I was trying to think through all my options very quickly. The third one then is I went and asked our COE toolkit, right? The guy that governs our Power Apps 911 tenant and said, hey, does the COE toolkit have any of this? And he said, no, I don't even have access to COE toolkit, so I can't show you in there, but there's nowhere in there to click restore an app. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? So what I did then is I jumped over to my friend ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, can I restore an app? And it's like, of course you can. And then it told me to go to the admin center and click a bunch of buttons that don't exist, right? Sometimes ChatGPT tells fibs to us, shall we say? And so it was wrong. But I'm like, all right, I still didn't give up. And so I went and poking around and looking, and I found out that yes, there's an answer. It is using PowerShell. Whew, thank goodness, okay? So PowerShell, if you're not familiar with it, which is totally fair, especially for those of you that are not an IT background, PowerShell is a command line tool that's built into Windows, but it has this ability to create or install modules that connect to other services. So as an admin, a SharePoint admin for years, right, I would install the SharePoint modules to manage SharePoint. All the different server stuff can be managed via PowerShell, which gives us ways to do scripting and automation, fun things like that. In this case, I don't want to script, I don't want to automate. I want to get my thing back. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to my Windows and we're going to say, hey, I'm going to search for PowerShell. So PowerShell. And then when you find it, you want to run as administrator the first time. Because the first thing you're going to have to do if you've never done this before is you're going to have to install some stuff. So I'm going to say run as administrator. I don't know if it showed you the little pop-up, the UAC thing, but if it did, great. If not, it's fine. I just clicked yes. And so then now I'm in here in a PowerShell session. And we'll make it a lot bigger, make it easier to read. Okay, and so then here, the first thing you need to do is you need to install the modules, right? That's where all the Power Apps commands come from. So to do that, you're going to first install module and then Microsoft Power Apps Administration PowerShell, okay? So install module -name and make sure you get it all like that. You're going to hit enter. And so then now it's going to look in something called the PS gallery, the PowerShell gallery, and be like, hey, do you trust this? You should figure it out for yourself, but yes, I trust this. So I'm going to say Y and then hit enter. And so then you can kind of see very quickly it downloaded some things. And so it's making those PowerShell commandlets available to my machine. Second step is you have to install the admin pieces. So to do that, we're going to go here and we're going to do something very similar, but notice this time it is, or I guess they had that backwards. These are the user ones, those were the admin ones. But either way, see how there's a difference, right? It's similar, but this is Microsoft.PowerApps.PowerShell. This is Microsoft Power Apps Administration PowerShell. And when you do the second one, you have to do allow clobber because for whatever silly reason, they have some commandlets with the same name and it'll freak out if you don't tell it. I'm okay with you overriding with it. Even though they're exactly the same, it's fine, right? There's that thing about repositories again. So we're going to say Y for that. And then that one installs, boom. We've now got this. Now, the good news is now that you've got these pieces in here, they'll be here forever. So like I'm going to close this PowerShell window. And then if we go launch PowerShell again, right? I'm not going to say run as administrator. I'm just going to run it straight up this time. And we'll make it bigger again. And so then now that it's, it's back, right, we can start to do things. Now, the first thing you'll probably want to do is authenticate. So you can run this command Add-PowerAppsAccount. Now, if you don't have that, right, you can always just start doing this Add-Power and then hit the tab key. And then it's going to let you tab through all the different ones, right? So like there's two different options here. Obviously, I want that one. When you press enter, it's going to open up this little sign into your account. And hopefully you just see your account, right? Like you've logged into Power Apps and stuff a lot. Like your account's going to be here. So we select that. If I needed to re-authenticate, it would have walked me through it, but the Windows side is handling it, and it's basically just returning PowerShell like, yes, Shane is authenticated. Now you'll see some of this warning stuff. This is saying, hey, whoever wrote that commandlet should have written it differently. I don't care. You don't care. Move on. One other thing, you either need the role of Power Platform Admin or Global Admin, right? Like you need big permissions to do this. So if you don't have those rights, then you want to pass this video along to someone, most likely in IT who has those rights. So I want to cover that since we logged in. Like I had to log in with an account. Me personally, I'm not a global admin, but I am a Power Platform admin. That's why I could do it. Now that we're logged in successfully, now we need to find the list of available apps to recover. So to do that, we're going to do Get-AdminDeletedPowerAppsList. Okay. Now, when you do this, if you just hit enter, it's going to say, hey, you've got to give me your environment name. Remember, Power Apps are in different environments. And so it's like, hey, which one of the environments are you in, right? Which doghouse is Buddy living in today? That's what you're looking for. And so if you're like, I don't know, that's fair. If you go back here, like if you had the URL that it originally ran from, you see this E/ and then blah, 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 whatever comes between those two slashes, the E's and the A, that is your environment. That's one way to find it. Another one, like when I was over here on the full list, I could have went to just up here at the top, right? And it calls out to environments. Oh, I don't want the whole thing there though, right? And it's just that. So that's what you're looking for. That's the ID that it wants. Once you find it, you can hit Control-C, go back to PowerShell, and paste that in there just like that. And so then now it's going to give us a list of all of the apps. And so we can see I have one called 201 is fun that I deleted. I have one called delete my app, which is I deleted. And then I hopefully have one 201 still fun. And then look, there is really important app, the one that we just deleted. Now, when you go to do this, right, you find it in your list. And remember, this is only going to show you that you can only recover apps that are up to 28 days old, right? So keep that in mind. If you delete it, you need to get it back really quick. You've got up to 28 days according to the documentation. I've not tested that, but I feel pretty good because there's only a few apps in here. But so once you're looking at this, what you really need is this piece right here, okay? It's the app name. Display name is what you know it as. The app name is this weird GUID. I don't love that they chose that, but it's been that way forever. So anyway, whenever you see, especially with PowerShell or APIs, it says app name, It doesn't mean really important app. It means this goofy number, okay? So I can highlight that and copy it. Hey, just a reminder, if you want me to be able to delete your apps too, well, maybe not delete your apps, but build your apps, then hit us up over at PowerApps911.com. We do Power Apps consulting, training, all those fun things. We've got training classes. I got a really cool one coming up here in a couple of weeks. I haven't promoted yet. I should do that, but anyway. So if you need any help with your Power Platform, let us know. And then now we're going to go down here and we're going to say restore, not restore. It's going to be Get-AdminRecoverDeletedPowerApp, right? PowerShell has very specific rules how to name things, and restore is not a way they can do it. So anyway, that's the command. Now, if you do this and press enter, it's going to ask you two questions. One is the app names. That's the one we just did, the 61C blah, blah, blah. And then the second one is the environment name. And so if I do my little Windows V, it's that crazy default blah, 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 right? So you needed those two pieces. And of course, we just, we got those actually, right? So there's that 61C. And then there's the environment name again. So if you forgot what it was or you lost it, any of that, it's right there. Okay. But so you need both of those. You hit it. And as fast as I could scratch my nose, you got a 200, right? Good. Description, okay. And so that means it's been restored. So if we go back over here and do ourselves a refresh, it will eventually show up. It takes, I don't know, I found, first time I did this, it showed up in like less than a minute. Currently we're at about 45 seconds of refreshes and I still haven't seen it. But I would say, give it 2 or 3 minutes if it takes a second. So I'll hit pause until it finishes. All right, and there it is. It took about 5 minutes total for me to get it back. That's all right. Patience, Shane. You should have deleted it to begin with, right? Right, it's my fault. Anyway, so now it's there. Notice that the name is, they threw the restored and then like a date timestamp on the end. But if we were to go here to details, right, we've got all the things we'd expect. One of the things I was curious about, versions. So look, all my versions histories are there. It's still here. So in theory, my user, remember the one that got the broken error? So if they do a refresh, fingers crossed, it's looking to authenticate. That's a good sign. Woohoo! We got our green app back. We got our green app back. So there you go, right? Like we didn't miss out on anything. If we wanted, we could rename this thing again. But I'm sure they do that so they avoid any chance of overwriting anything else, right? They just want to make sure they didn't have any challenges there. But there you go. We restored a Canvas app. I did not know this was possible until I accidentally, right? This one right here, my Tabs app. I was trying to delete one of those 201 apps you saw in the thing, and I swear that I clicked on the ellipsis for the 201, and like the screen like hiccuped and it jumped it down, and I was on an airplane and didn't really pay a lot of attention, and I deleted the wrong one. So that's what caused me to frantically delete that app. But yeah, it all restored, picked right up where it was. All the data connections are still in there, all the pieces. So that's what I've got for you today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you got questions, comments, leave them below. If you want more on the PowerShell world, right? I'll put a link up there. I did a video a long time ago on how to do PowerShell with Power Apps. Happy to remake that video if you guys go check it out and tell me it's old. I know it looks old, but I think all the concepts are exactly the same. I don't think any of that changed. They did, yell at me. Yeah, and with that, I'm going to say thanks and have a great day.